Sure, buddy. Welcome to the Smiling Sufferer podcast. On the mic, you got Courageous Corey. On my left, I got my guest, my co-host here, the black station wagon. The black G wagon.
The black James.
And today I actually have a special guest, Mr. Foxy P himself.
Ginger.
Foxy P, the man himself. And first of all, I want to thank you so much for coming here today, Fox. This will officially be my first interview.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
okay.
my first interview, and I appreciate you coming through.
I
man.
like that. You see, as Brian of Tats said, come out of virginity. You said, not come out your own virginity today.
I know, right?
It makes sense.
You said they want guilty.
I want to watch and die.
That's not my show, man. Yo, so I'm just gonna go through like a brief history of, I've known Fox from way back, way
That's true.
back.
That's true.
From the Towson days.
Oof.
And back then, Fox had this party promotion crew. They used to call themselves Pantanoir.
That ultimate throwback. You're talking about like 2006.
Yeah, that was throwback. Throwback.
Damn.
Pantanoir. And you guys used to throw these parties at Tam Tam.
We used to throw. We started at Tam Tam.
Tam Tam.
I've seen names, man. Not Tam Tam. No
Tam
Tam.
Tam. Tam Tam.
It used to be.
Oh yeah,
Tam Tam
the
used to be
Senegalese
in
restaurant
Towson.
now.
They've moved
Yes.
On York Road
York
now.
Road.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yo, that thing, not just all around hustle.
Yep.
So basically, like the way that whole thing started, because I'm sure people will look at me and like, this guy a comedian now. I don't know, say they threw party before.
Yeah.
That down now even like helped me finagle my way into the whole comedy thing. So it started off with me. I was in New York. I went to school in Buffalo, UB stand up, and
Oh, you
And
go UB.
I go UB.
You went to UB and you finished really, really early too.
I finished
I
early.
remember because Fox came back to Maryland, right? And Fox looked like I knew. I'm like, this guy can't be more than a year or
No,
two older
a
than me.
young guy
But
now.
he was in grad school, and I kept
no.
wondering like, how this
People
young
don't-
guy could take grad school?
I've been no book before. Live story. Man.
Yeah.
That my grad school now 4.0 GPA now.
Yeah.
We carry the whole thing.
Oh,
but
shit.
when I was in school in Buffalo, I graduated from Buffalo, went to work for this one company as a system engineer.
Yeah.
Halfway through that year, these people that like me, that they give me internship, everything. Halfway through the whole year of working there, that's how my guy came and told me that, man, I have something I have to tell you. I said, what's happened now? He said, we're not going to be able to file for you. I said, why now? And I don't already submit everything, HR, everything. He was like, we made a mistake in your HR documents. I said, what do you mean? One of the requirements where America make, and I say, if you want work permit, all this H1B, whatever,
Salary, Abi.
you have to show, no salary,
okay.
you have to show, say, the work need degree.
Oh.
But some
okay.
people, they my department, we get bad associates, we don't even
We
get
don't get
degree,
degree,
because my
okay.
IT job now.
Yeah.
So the guy can't go right, say degree is not required. So he submit that to HR. HR can't look at it and say, man, you sure? You sure they don't want to check this thing again? And so then submit that to lawyer. Lawyer can't come back and talk, say, well, they don't feel file for that position. So my back and say, let me get back into it now. They no grill. They were like, that's it. So by like May, I don't already know, say by December, you're gonna be out of status.
So and that was how you ended up going back to grad
That's how I
school.
went back to grad school. So
And I remember back then it was only engineers that usually had that privilege. If not nothing you do or something, oh man, in a long thing.
Nobody get your time now. So I'd saved up a whole bunch of money. I think I saved maybe like 22 grand.
Yeah.
Thinking I was gonna have to pay for school, for grad school. On my move come Maryland, man.
Yeah,
My cousin.
and Fox moved to Maryland. I remember him. He used to wear those Kangol hats back then.
Oh,
this was long
Jesus
before you started
Christ.
with these hats.
Oh, no,
That was all Fox used to wear.
that
And that was how you knew Fox from afar. You just saw this dude with. Once you saw Fox, you knew who he was.
So you have to understand. Say I'm as a short guy, as a petite guy, you have to make sure, say,
You
from a
stand
distance,
out.
you have to stand out.
Yeah.
So that way, just in case people want to ride you, they don't look so okay. Now that guy be that. Not to say you shall be fight or you
Yes,
big anyhow.
Yeah, so and by the way, I remember once seeing Fox scrapping, and he's not someone to play with either. So back then, I also had a crew, right? Party
That is
crew.
our ambassador.
Fox had started before us, and we were trying to get in. And Fox, they were like our biggest competitors, so there was always a little bit of tension, even though we were boys, right? And one of my guys, Max,
Oh,
I remember there was this one time that something had happened at
for
the
Kweju's
door,
Kitchen.
for Kweju's Kitchen, and then
2007
you guys got into it.
Years.
But all this, first of all, this name drop that we are doing first. Say these people not gonna pay us money, man.
No, Max don't marry, don't bond to you. I don't get anybody time again now.
I say all
Send
this
anyone.
Tam and Kweju Kitchen where we
Nah,
name
that
drop.
was-
But back then, Max was taller than everybody. But Fox squared up with him. I remember you landing a few too.
Yeah, no.
And but yeah, those were back in the days.
No, those are things. Okay, so people don't know. Like, and I'm saying this not to try to carry any kind of muscle on the street or anything, but I actually boxed for my school. So I, like New York Golden Gloves, like state championships, all that.
If you go to Fox's house, you see pictures all over the place.
Go see pictures, go see trophies and
Trophies and
everything.
shit.
So if not that one, we sabi throw down on that one. But
Yeah.
that was just a phase, man. But you don't even let me finish that story. We
Okay.
get time limits.
Go on. Well,
No,
we
go
have
on,
a time
go
limit,
on,
but go
go
on,
on.
go on,
No,
go on.
we get
Take
time
your time.
limit for it.
We get like.
Okay, so
Just they go.
They go. Talk.
So I moved here with like 22 grand, and my cousin Bertrand Uge, God go bless and do be my name. And when I saw the guy just hooked me up, the place where they work for campus there was a graduate assistant.
Yeah.
So they were paying his tuition, and he was just doing small
In
work
Towson, right?
for admissions office. So as I just come like this, and I saw him just tell him, say, look, I'm graduating, this
This
other
person,
guy, this guy sabi this work, I know sabi pay. And when I saw the guy just, because I get IT background, but I don't sabi anything about DBA. And when I make on they run everything for the undergraduate admission.
Shout out
For
to
real.
All those people will be saying they come visit
Towson, they
the
do that
school.
stuff. Me say, I work for Towson too.
Oh, you said work for
I work
Towson too?
I work
They
for
did.
OTS.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Look at life now.
Yeah.
Also, like a similar situation
Yeah,
too,
officer
right?
technology.
See
Yeah.
now, person I ain't tell you,
Person
say,
just,
see, I
yeah,
see.
say,
Yeah.
but
So now, so as they just set me up, boy, say I don't need to pay tuition. I can't look, say, see all this money where I get. The first thing I do is I go collect 1 2-bedroom apartment. I don't get roommate. And at that time, being Jesus Christ, 2005, I think I was 21 years old. Get 2-bedroom apartment. Where we say everybody they stay for their mad basement. My house come become party house.
I remember.
From then I saw party. We can't start that Pantanoa, which now 2 guys, CJ, an African American dude who's half Jamaican, and Babacar, we be saying a Senegalese boy, but Babacar bows. Babacar get babes. He know babes for school.
Yeah.
Can't tell us more. We say think of names and can't say more go with Pantanoa. I said that name sounds sophisticated. I don't know. So this guy in nickname na Black Panther.
Okay.
And in French na Pantanoa.
So the
So
guy,
he just using
so
name.
he named the crew
whole
after himself.
If I made this
Smart
podcast, we
And
could.
the guy black, I remember.
Ah.
He black guy.
The guy bows, but it was definitely a great experience. So it was from there. Started doing the parties, and then after a while, I got tired of the whole party thing. I think maybe like 2008, 2009, I got tired of it. I can't look, say, waiting be the next hustle, man. That's what the comedy thing they start.
But I know you got into Giddy Lounge podcast at one point too,
That
right?
from the comedy starting now.
Oh, so that was how it started. So the comedy came first. Now I remember the comedy thing, right? I remember when you guys started. It was you, them Capone.
and
You guys had your local
Tout's Kitchen now.
when I jump
you
like
not
16 different years old. 2008, we did a stage play.
Yeah.
Where we say I just show up. Now the Bassi brothers, I don't know whether you know, I know born.
I know them now.
T-shirts,
Where they dance. Yeah, and they dance like this.
Yeah, him and any brother Eddie can. Whether they dance,
Yeah,
Mambo
I
Boys.
remember them. I remember them.
Anybody who don't go school for Maryland, go know them. So they did a stage play
Yeah.
for Morgan. As they do that stage play now, so they put Kami.
Okay.
Where we say I'm our partner like 2 seconds. Like pastor they lay hand on us. Me I be person where we say I get coins, something they worry me.
Yeah.
Comedy craze. So I'm gonna draw the whole practice sessions and everything. I was like, man, this guy you funny die. So your physical comedy.
Wait, so you guys just did like an act, right?
We were acting where like actors where they just carry because this guy
Extras,
can't join.
extras.
Okay, so it was like a comedy special.
They-
So it wasn't like you were actually doing
no
stand-up comedy.
nah, stage
Okay.
play.
Okay.
So that two
You know
things
those
that happen.
SCS kind of, well, let's say ADC kind of.
ADC kind of
those
stage
ADC
play,
kind
that
of
kind of
stuff.
thing.
I remember.
Yeah, but they did it really well.
Yeah.
But
They
at,
did that more
but at
than-
that point, did you already have an inkling
at
for
all.
comedy?
Nothing.
You
Two
weren't
things
even thinking
happened that
that far.
day. Two things happened for that show. Number one, I found out that Jedi, the comedian Jedi,
I remember
this
him.
2007, 2008. I found out that they paid him, I think $3,000 to come and do 10 minutes. 10 minutes of stand up. I say, how? 10 minutes. It was funny, but I was still like, God damn, and the paper said 3K. Immediately, the Igbo boy in my head just went like, but this is not cash money right there.
Yeah.
Then I saw coming and I was like, oh man, you funny, Dario. But I know sabi this comedy thing. Give me time. So I took 2 years to start doing stand up. I opened for Tony Tetrila. I did a whole bunch. That time Yahoo's they rain.
Yeah.
Everything in name. Olu Maintain. I did a whole bunch of those shows, doing stand-up, doing little things here and there. And then I did a skit with Black Jesus. And the thing we can't jump everything up. Black Jesus was 2011 for that presidential.
That guy get one song that time now.
Trust Up D's on that bit. Yeah.
Yes.
Black Jesus selling crack.
I remember that.
He must be a rapper by force.
I remember that.
So
you
people
know
don't-
you went to ISI too, right?
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know this. Black Jesus was the first Nigerian. This is before Wizkid, before Two-Face, before anybody. The first Nigerian to hit 1 million views on YouTube. 2006.
Interesting.
Black Jesus
Because on YouTube, I see the guy.
Like then they fly Black Jesus at the age of like 16, 17, and they fly and go like Australia, go do shows now for like 3,000 pounds, like crazy shit.
Wow.
You know, so I did a skit with him. And I saw Giddy Lounge, Benny Bing saw it on there, and he was just like, "Yo, we need to bring this guy on the show." I went to the show. You know, they interviewed me, and you know, I'm from there, man. That's what they do.
The thing about Giddy Lounge was you guys that was a pretty big show just in terms of Twitter. That was the first time that we had like discussions around a show like within the Nigerian community, at least that I remember.
Yeah.
I mean, there were always discussions online, but you had like places like NR. I don't know if you know Nigeria Right. You had like places like
same generation.
you had places like Facebook that had like little groups here and there, but Twitter was the platform, right? And everyone was on there, and I think we used to be on Wednesdays, right?
It was Wednesdays at 7 or 9
And literally
PM.
on Wednesdays, Niger Twitter would trend, and it would be about no rubber. And you guys actually controlled the dialogue at one point, which was very
our own
powerful.
Foxy P show. No rubber came. No rubber was already on.
Yeah.
And then we now came. I don't know if they had already started their show, and then we now came, but we did numbers, and I think it was just
Okay.
based off-
Yours was separate.
We're
Yours
separate
wasn't
now
no.
because
Okay,
my
sorry,
own
Yeah, you're right.
Foxy P show was me, Komi, and Capone.
Yes.
Who's
Yes.
now Matobi and I come the boy.
Okay.
So that's not the genesis of the comedy thing.
Okay.
Where we say when Giddy Lounge are now like, yo, Foxy P, you have your show. I was not like, I'm gonna come here. I call Komi. I was like, Komi, man, it's time. Oh. They don't talk to more start comedy. So I was supposed to meet up with him in the IB. So we were supposed to drink pepper soup. And I saw him carry one boy. Can we get fuck on our head?
Who be that?
I was like, who the hell is this kid? He's like, oh, the guy is funny. I play
People
soccer
be-
with him. That ended up being Capone.
Capone.
Capone was a freshman in college. At that time. Comedians carry and come. Say, more go meet this bro. So he say, one do comedy. That's how the very next day, I think maybe, I'm probably going to be wrong with the date, but maybe like April 13th or so, 2011. That's when Foxy P show started on Giddy Lounge.
So I vividly remember when you guys started. I remember telling people that there's something about these IG because people used to like kind of like scoff at it at the time, and people would look at it like, oh, well, this guy just the IG comedian. IG comedian was like a slur almost.
Oh, of course now.
And I
It
kept
became
telling
a
people,
slur when a lot of people started getting into it.
yeah, but I kept
I
telling
think
people,
that's
I'm
why.
like, I'm telling you, these people are this
They're
is
the
the
pioneers,
internet.
yeah.
They're the future. This is where people are gonna start getting comedians from. But you guys started something very unique, where I mean, there was some people had done it at the time, but you guys did it a lot, where you guys had characters, right?
Oh, yeah.
And that was kind of how it started. You guys would have these different characters, and you had Philo Baby.
Yeah, Philo was nice.
Kami had that one character that he
and
still
then
be doing.
He has he's the papa we ain't get now. Oh man, I forget the papa's name, boy. I come the boy.
Yeah.
Then Capone has Mama Toby, which somebody made a very interesting point to me maybe a couple of days ago. They were like, out of all of us, we have characters, but Capone has embodied his character so much. Where we say there is no Capone without Mama Toby. Like saying that Mama Toby now ain't called no Capone.
Yeah.
Which is surreal. Like if you
Yeah.
think about it, like
Yeah.
you know every
Yeah.
single. I was like, dang, like that's.
Man, I was going through a list of like the things that you've done. You don't waka this guy, man. You don't waka.
Not hustle now.
As in, like, and that's not just it. He has like you had the Africa Today show that you used to
Oh,
do.
yeah,
that was
yeah,
like your
yeah,
own
yeah,
solo
yeah,
thing
yeah,
that you
yeah.
used to post
You
on
don't do that
Facebook.
anymore.
No, I started doing that in 2010. So then I was still part of the Waka to enter comedy now,
Yeah.
2010. And you know, I'll start, I'll do, and then I'll stop, I'll do, and I'll stop. The thing about that show is I talk about things that happen in Africa,
Yeah.
from a tactics
yeah,
perspective, from a
yeah.
comedic perspective.
seen a
And
few
one thing I
episodes.
now found was, man, I'm on the suffer with Africa too much.
Mad.
If you take it upon yourself to follow African news, you
You'll
go
be sad.
depressed.
Yeah.
You can't.
So I have to take mental health breaks. We I just talk to man for like 3 months, 4 months.
so
Me,
I
I
don't
don't
do this
even
thing
know
again.
so I don't take the break.
It's
Now people
suffer.
come tell me say, oh boy, you never record in 3 weeks. I go say, bros, I'm gonna leave that thing. So right now I'm on a small sabbatical.
Yeah.
You know.
And
'cause-
then you also started the African Princes of Comedy.
Oh,
That was
yeah, the tour
I
is
mean, you
really
guys
dope.
have been all over. You guys have been like I know you guys have been as far as Canada.
Oh yeah, we've done Canada, we've done New York, Dallas, Houston, we've done Minnesota. We've done Hollywood, and they're all self-funded. So nobody ever give me anything, and just me out of your pocket. But we did Hollywood because I asked the comedian. So the whole thing, you guys made the point now about IG comedians being a slur.
Yes.
The main reason why African Prisons of Comedy Tour started was because I wanted to let people know, like, yo, these people are not IG comedians. What's the difference? And the fight started with NEA, Nigerian Entertainment Awards, where they wanted to create a different genre. They said comedians, basket mouths, all these people, and then online comedians, us. I was like, what are you talking about? Not be same laugh with they make people laugh. They say, but you are online. I said, okay, well, press pause.
It's the same laughter now.
I said, press pause now. I mean, we can't do our own tour. Where we can enter stage. So anybody that's on that stage now, on that tour, you can't look at them and call them online comedian no more. Because they went on stage and they rocked our shows. I mean, we're selling out. We did a show, and this is not to make mouth or anything. 2015, we did a show in Houston. A couple of weeks after Wizkid did his show, the same location. I don't think Wizkid broke 1,000 people. We had 1,600 people there. And this is just regular hustle.
But a lot of them is because they saw you online at some point.
People bang with funny. Everybody needs it.
The problem with the online quote unquote comedy is because a lot of people that are not funny tend to want to see it as an avenue to make money. And the problem is everybody will see those people and be like, this one has come again. Do you understand what I'm saying? And like, even if you look at like the whole beginning, look at Capone, Toby for instance. He was one of the first people to dress up as a woman. But now a lot of them see it as that's the formula to go to. Look at it, mark my mama. Do you understand what I'm saying?
People started doing that a lot.
And then it's like, I understand. I remember there was a time I was in I did the guy apartment. I did with Muiwa, my brother. And I could hear Capone recording in his room. I was like, say this guy did mad. But to see all the energy, guy waka come they wait 1 week. Say guy, I say guy, it's be this. You understand?
So
but there's a lot of work.
I'd like to get some
into it.
I'd like to get some insight into how you guys, because I imagine you guys sit down. You guys are like, you're coming up with ideas. How do you guys wind up coming up with these viral moments? Like how does it start? Like, just if you can walk me through.
I think the most important thing, well, two very important things. Number one, these guys are ridiculously funny, just naturally. We came together organically. Like I said, how Capone was like, oh shit, comedy is about pop up. He brought Capone. Capone was one that discovered Chief Obi also. So it's all organic. Like the group came together organically. So these are just ridiculously funny people. We truly enjoy spending time with each other. So when you have that, it's almost like the sharing is just on a different level. And then there's a vulnerability involved too, because comedy involves a lot of vulnerability. It's give and take. You give me small, I'll give you. You give me, I'll give you. Before we even start shooting. You understand what I'm saying? So those two ingredients were the main thing. You talked about Capone when Gilly and everything, and you coming into his crib and him coming out seeing you, he not even shocked because look at him, he's in drag. Let's keep it real. That's a man in a woman's outfit.
He's natural with him. That's his character. Like he's embodied it, and he's like, guy, this is. Because
there's a side of it that we don't even think about, which I'm sure you guys, being straight men, have probably thought about. That whole question about these guys really well this dress itself. I'm sure they don't like it. Are you sure you are not just enjoying yourself? You're not using it as an opportunity to wear makeup. You don't look for where you take wear lipstick, where you want rub eye pencil, wear mini skirts. You want to use comedy.
And that's why this guy they rain now.
But you see, I think it's much easier for us to.
So it makes it
prior to Bobrisky, right? Because as a Niger guy, right? I maybe because I already knew you. Most people already know you. They've seen you in places, so it's much easier to be able to dissociate that from who you are and not necessarily suspect
in
that.
In terms of the comedy world now, yes, because everybody can see how much money people are making.
True.
So they can see comedians. I mean, let's call it, internet did help. It was a good platform that helped.
It was.
I think you guys just rode the internet wave well. You rode it well to your favor.
You did.
Because it helped. Some people where you never meet before, then sabi you because of internet.
True. Oh no, without a doubt.
Enough people see and they love you guys. Do you understand?
You can put a marker in the ground and say November 2013. Was it November? Yeah, November 2013 when Instagram video started. Was when everything just.
Was that when it started?
Yeah,
2013
or 2012.
It used to be Vine now.
Instagram now just to post picture.
To post picture.
Like, look at my breast.
Then there was another one like
Kika.
Kick.
Hi Kikas.
So who would you say are your biggest comedic influences?
People who I really enjoy, Dave Chappelle without a doubt, and I think that's just because I was in college when Chappelle's show came up, and then you just saw that someone that was just like effortlessly cool and at the same time funny, and it was just himself. So he definitely has a lot of my respect. The fact that the guy can do no wrong in my book.
Have you ever, moving on to something still on that comedic line, but with these days PC culture and how things you can't say certain things. Have you ever been in that position where, let's say you are doing an act, maybe at one of your African Princes of Comedy acts, where the crowd, maybe you might have gotten that PC reaction from the crowd where they didn't like what you said, or has any or has like a promoter or organizer like come to you like, why do you say that?
Oh no, definitely. Now this was even before. This was very early in my career. I said it took me 2 years to really like say, okay, let me call comedy. Let's start doing comedy. Those 2 years was because I did a gig, right? I was doing gig after gig, and I did one that was so bad I didn't get on the mic for another year.
Oh really?
And that was Niger Fest.
Yeah.
But then it's Patterson Park here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What you talk
It
about
wasn't even the Africans. A lot of times, like you have to understand, like we as Africans, we're we're conservative, but at the same time, people know you're just being funny.
Yeah.
And they'll give you a whole bunch of leeway to do whatever you want to say. But when it comes to when you're dealing with African Americans that are into African culture, all those people say that they wear before Ankara became a thing, before wearing all these you see them now for Niger Fest was a Nigerian festival.
And they carry Africa on top their head, past Africa.
They get walking stick, then they chop train stick.
Then they worship Shango.
They worship Shango, Abatala, everything. So the joke what I tell was I thought it was funny. It was very straightforward. I was like, when I first came to college here, my roommate's white guy was like, come this weekend, let's go, we're going camping. I'm like, what is camping? He's like, we're going to go in the woods, we're going to make our own food, we'll make a fire. If you want to take a shit, you take a shit in the woods, you take a shower in the river. And I was like, I just came from Africa. I'm not trying to go back there. And when I saw one guy just shout, the fuck, yo? That's the motherland, yo. What are you talking about? So one woman just shout, don't quit your fucking day job. What? About cold. Cold. And this is maybe like a 95-degree day. Wow. Outdoor show. Cold. Enter my body. That's why I just bite my.
But I always hear every comedian always has bombed at some point.
You have to bomb now.
And that's really the only way you can get better. Now. And I think part of it is also knowing your audience too. I'm a very big comedy fan, and I'm a big Chappelle fan too. I'm a huge Chappelle fan. I'm starting to get into some other comedians these days. There's this guy Joe Rogan.
Joe Rogan is dope now. Joe Rogan with the podcast.
And speaking of podcasts, I know you're friends with this guy Camaro, right?
Yeah.
You're buddies with him.
He's supposed to be here this weekend.
Oh, really?
When they come my party, Abby.
When is it this weekend?
It's Friday. It's this Friday.
Yeah. Come on town though.
You go where?
I go Houston.
No, you go somewhere last week.
I go Houston this weekend.
Where you go last week?
Where I go? I did here and I just come out. I wasn't just available.
Where you go?
I
asked this guy a basic question. What the fuck are you a drug dealer? FBI, they listen. Where you go?
I don't dare available this last weekend.
Oh, okay.
But I think it's your birthday now. What do you call it?
No drag when my birthday. My birthday is on Friday, my nigga.
I'm leaving on. Go follow me for Instagram. Go see how I leave on Thursday. I go to Houston for Memorial Weekend now.
What's in the album for Houston?
Memorial Weekend now. I come out this Maryland. I want me to die for it.
No, die. But they go Morocco later this year.
I go Maryland.
I listened to your boy Camaro on Joe Rogan.
Oh yeah, that was.
And
dope.
that guy, he's a stand-up. Is he really that much of a stand-up dude? Because that was the impression I got from him. He's a very grounded guy, and he's good.
Oh, Kamara is on a different level now. A lot of times, it's like everything else in life. If people look at you and you make your money off of beating people up, they look at you and they think you're uneducated, you're not articulate. Like I get college degree now, and I'm Niger boy, so
I see his story. The guy said he grew up. If he speak English, or something like that when he grew up or something like that. I saw an interview where he was doing like in a village the guy grew up for or something like that.
He was raised in Auchi till I think he was like 6 or 7 when he came here. So if you think about I think Auchi, I mean it's I wouldn't consider it a city. I mean it's definitely more than village, not like town, but it's not.
But it's not civilized.
So if you think about it, they get Lagos, you can't get Benin, you can't get Auchi, So it's kind of like is a little bit more country than city.
Even
So-
after he got here, he still went through some rough times. Like, he
yeah.
lost his dad or something like that.
No, he didn't
He
lose
said
his dad.
but
He
in
didn't
Popsy
lose
Day
his dad.
prison or something.
Oh,
Like
yeah,
that.
yeah,
So
yeah,
basically,
yeah, yeah,
like,
yeah.
That is
Yes.
somebody-
Yes.
He's
His dad-
incarcerated. You know, like
Incarcerated.
saying they prison,
Okay,
like
he's
saying
incarcerated.
carry drug.
He's incarcerated. My bad.
Talking with respect.
Yeah.
PC.
But yeah, he came
But
across
say
as
someone-
And the reason why they
framed
talk
him.
this now because that guy
Someone
is a UFC
framed
champion.
So may no
If you
come
talk
fight
any-
him.
Not be saying go
He
fight
goes
you, they go
sheep
pluck your neck.
He
Nah,
goes
nah,
sheep
nigga, his hands are registered, abi.
You go just pluck your neck. Man. That used to where they go. You go just
Nah, there, abi.
you go just put your picture for Twitter.
So one of the other things that you do that I definitely want
Hey,
to mention
congrats to
is-
him, by the way.
Nah, that was dope. That was dope. That come off my head that day.
Yeah, he seems like a really. I wanted to ask you, like, so is he really that grounded
No,
like
not
that?
very level dude now.
that's what's
And
up.
I started going
He
to
go do
these
your
fights.
party.
Yeah,
He go
he's
do your
gonna be
party,
there.
abi,
Yeah, it's
okay.
gonna be there. It's coming through,
Corey,
which
they
I'm
go.
very excited about.
Corey,
So, Corey has to be there
talk
now.
too much. Maybe the guy no punch you.
No,
See if
that
he
guy. No, I mean he has no. There's no.
I don't think so. I don't think it will be like
Because
that.
you have to think about it. Like what he's doing is like it's like a controlled rage.
It is.
There's no anger. And I in office with that.
Yep.
So there's no anger. And after the fight, they go hug.
Everything go, yeah.
Everything go end. So there's no.
The one last thing I wanted to bring up was you also happen to be one of the most prolific wedding MCs out in the country, Niger wedding MCs especially. But I'm sure
hell
you've
yeah.
done non-Niger weddings
Yeah.
too, right?
Yeah.
It comes effortless for you. That one I can tell. Like that one feels like it's like easy. It's like easy
That
work
one I've
for
done
you.
it too much now.
I saw Fox at a wedding. Like was it last week or the week
This last
before?
weekend,
Yeah.
yeah.
And you
This
literally
last weekend.
had people coming to
You go
meet
wedding
him.
this last weekend.
No,
Nobody this one, the one
the
before.
previous one.
You we don't know where you did. So I didn't want to take nowhere.
You had people literally coming to meet him, talking about thank you, man. Like that was like you had like parents, old people, young people, and I could tell that's the one that that probably comes the easiest for you, just because you have the personality. First of all,
Yeah, I think so. I think there's two things. Number one, I over prepare for weddings more than anything else. Stand-up comedy show. If we have like 15 comedians, I can go there and bomb. I bombed that Chief Obi show in DC now, and I talked
really?
about it on my Instagram because I'm not supposed to bomb, but I still will bomb.
Yeah.
But I have a performing before me. I have Chief Obi performing after me. People go remember I say I bomb, but 5 minutes into Chief Obi's set, when everybody
don't
die
forget
with
that.
laugh, they don't forget. Wedding, now only one wedding you get to. By God's grace,
Yeah.
the only one wedding any person will ever get, husband and wife. So you can't just do not. So I over prepare. I go all the way in. I take my time. I do consultation with them. I go meet with them. Talk about. Tell me how I take me. Or tell me say go read on top website. Say no.
You don't know.
Tell me the real story. Who toast who? Now they're going to find out. Say they meet online. They do this. They do that. Things like that. Oh, so how long have you guys been together? Things. They go even tell you say we don't already marry you. This one are just for our parents, but they don't know. Shit like that, we're saying undercarriage.
Yeah.
A locomotive. So I pick up on all those things. And number two, I've done a lot of them. That wedding where you see me, not this weekend, the weekend before, was my 188th wedding.
wow.
Yeah.
And how long?
Since the first one was 2009, so 10 years.
10 years.
10
Yeah.
years.
So average about 18 a year.
You're busy, man. You're a
Yeah,
busy
no,
man.
No, we've been destroying. This year, I decided I was only going to do 10 weddings because I had to cut down. Because that wedding, it just adds up to a lot. Number one, if it's out of state, I have to make sure I get out there on Friday, even though the wedding is on Saturday. Because I've had situations where I miss flights. 2 weddings where I don't miss my flight.
Yeah.
Which is the worst thing you could ever imagine. Make
Yeah. No.
no MC, no shoot.
That's
So I cut it down so I can spend more time.
Yeah,
with
but then in the
family
midst
and
of
do other things.
all this, you still have a 9 to 5. It's crazy, man. Like, where do you get the time? It's crazy. And then and you also recently got engaged. Congrats, by the way.
Oh,
right?
thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
I appreciate that, man. We had to. I like the fact that he talks. I recently got engaged. So that means you don't even know the full story. I'm married now.
Wait, but I think say na, but I think say na traditional wedding now. I don't know say na marriage.
Not the equal.
Na the equal, okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
not the
okay.
equal be that. You just
Okay.
there's a certain time in a man's life where you take that next step with somebody that's been with you, through thick or thin, and then you just go ahead and just do it. And when you do and finish, you just clean out, put your handkerchief inside your pocket, and life goes on. We know deal on that whole Bella Niger, this, that, and the third. Even though I'm a wedding MC, I've seen so many weddings where we say the trend
Crashed.
die 3 months later.
Really?
Nothing.
Really?
So I just tell everybody, submit and just give us more time. More just deal on our own.
No,
So
because I remember seeing like videos of the engagement, but I never.
you don't see anything, no. You don't see us.
I didn't see you guys,
No,
but I
see
saw
us.
people there.
Man.
But I never saw like any actual like you guys.
So wait,
getting
and I
my-
say when I
saw-
come the mopo people who did it, they no post anything. I be how it happened.
Yeah, it
or
was
people
very
know
similar.
just, or people know just.
No, you just look.
Or it wasn't a lot of people.
Look, it was a good number of people,
Okay.
but the most important thing is for your wedding, you want to invite people that love you.
So
Across
they
the board.
respected your.
So they have to understand. And
Your
if you love me,
decision,
man, it's not
yeah.
really a difficult thing. As you dinner, if Corey invite you
Yeah,
for something,
say,
say, man, guy, if you
me
come,
no like
see
this
as you
guy.
want
I
to
don't like
do.
Me no like
Yeah,
Chris.
I could tell you.
don't like
I could tell
Korean.
you were very, very careful. Like,
don't like
there
Korean.
were,
Let's
there
put
were
that.
hardly any pictures of you out there. I saw pictures of other people, and I could tell it was
So-
was your event.
Because
But
everybody
that was
wear
it.
uniform now. People don't come wear
yeah,
uniform.
yeah, but and that was it.
So how long ago was this? Do you mind sharing?
It's almost a year now.
Okay.
Yeah, well, I think it was like September or something.
Yeah, close.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so people see this. Everybody else wear uniform, but,
So you no
but
can wear.
they don't come see me.
Maybe you forget your own.
They don't see me.
Oh, they don't see you.
No,
don't
yeah,
see me,
yeah.
so everybody
You
else
saw- I
So you
saw-
went in any picture?
I barely saw him in any.
you're
I don't
talking
remember
about,
seeing
like,
him in any.
This may be like
I don't remember
like,
seeing him
when
any.
you have a
But it was
situation
packed. I
where
could tell it
all
was
the
packed.
comedians, all my boys,
And,
everybody.
and,
that's
and
good.
as for someone
That's
like
good. The
you,
fact
the whole of
that-
Maryland
the fact
will be
that-
there now. So it's only
The fact that they respect your decision.
it only
that they
goes
didn't post
without
it out
saying.
there, That's what's up.
It's
That's
and
good.
you know it's there was small misconceptions. Some people believe say, oh, now because I still they run parole for street
No,
or anything
all that
like
one
that.
na story, man.
You know, but
No.
parole for street, how many years won't run parole now? Baba? We don't do this Maryland. We don't do everything we specifically do now.
everything.
Wait till happen now. You know, until you bend down, say your prick don't fuck on out, and you know say
That's
okay,
it. Parole
time
don't
to
stop.
press pause. You know, so we're already past that. But it was more about privacy. The woman where I deal with, she no choose to marry Foxy P.
yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Now me as a human being, I ain't she want. So when you see say man, no, I know where you go put that thing away. We say Bella na that.
You have to respect that.
You guys, so and I love all this online thing, but you
Sometimes.
know, now my office
It's,
be that. The personal stuff will stay personal.
I mean, I respect that because it gets some people that there's nothing they can do that won't be online. Everything, anything with them they do, they online. Me, I don't always understand it. You go they cry, say you go record yourself, say
They
they
go
cry,
record
or
and say that they cry
look
now.
and they cry. I don't suffer today. And I'm like, how
But
far?
Fox, man, I have to give it to you. You've come a long way, man.
It's a
You've been
blessing.
you've been hustling out here, and I don't know how you're able to juggle
No,
all
we
these
have,
things.
we have to, Baba. We come from a far
But-
place now. You know how many thousands of miles? I came to America when I was 17 years old. When I did come,
That's not.
the school that I came to, my father gave me enough money for one school year, $16,636.
If you forget them.
With the mindset being, say, you're my first son.
So you go also.
No matter how say you go also. For my family, my popsy side, there's a history of say when we leave Nigeria, we know they come back.
Okay.
I get one of my uncles we go Italy. 1972 till today,
You never show.
Obiora never touched ground. So there's a history say,
So
man,
you-
we know they ever come back. So you know what make I go. Mom see persuade, boom, boom, boom. Eventually, you know, he allowed me and then just packed that whole money, say sink or swim. So with that mindset, if you come my basement now, I've moved for probably from Buffalo to Maryland, to Bowie to Baltimore. I've moved maybe like 4 or 5 times. I still have the one piece of luggage where I used carry come. Nothing there inside that box
Just
right now.
to remember.
But it's a reminder that at one
Reminder.
point in time, everything what I get for this life
There inside that
fit
box,
inside
yeah.
here. So nothing will if you come off my body today. Oh. If you carry this watch, carry my car, carry everything, carry my house. I don't get prenup. Anything if you happen, if you carry everything.
Anything.
But I know there was a time when everything I owned fit inside that
that
one
box.
bag. So for that
That's
one, I don't
deep.
go also now. But this one's what they do. This one's a small thing. We they build factory for Nigeria now.
Okay.
Ah.
Okay.
Oh God.
Alright.
We never even start.
Okay.
The ginger is in town now.
I
That's
could
what we're
tell.
trying to
I
do,
could
man.
tell.
Telling my brother, man.
I could tell. And you're not leaving any change on the ground either. This one
No,
that you're still
no.
doing your 9 to 5 because
We
I'm sure
have-
you can afford
no,
not
no,
to.
no. And I took a leadership position. Make I no contact, because you know they had many people contact, say don't they make mouths, but you know.